For my first question on the video responses, I chose to do question 5, which covers the Supreme Court and how cases get to the Supreme Court and what happens once they're there. All cases have to start at a lower court, including lower state courts, U.S. district courts, which then move up to the state Supreme Courts and U.S. Court of Appeals. And then on the other side of that, there is the special federal courts. And after they cover all of those courts, they can then move up to the Supreme Court. In order for them to get there, there is the rule of 4, which means 4 justices have to agree to take on the new case. After that, the writ of certiorari comes into play, which is a request from the Supreme Court that the lower courts send in a record of the previous case. The Supreme Court only grants about 100 a year. If the court does accept the case, it's usually because the judges disagree with the lower court's ruling. And if they don't accept the case, then the defenders are accepting that the lower court's ruling is correct. Once the case has gone through the court and has been decided, then the decision is made, which is important to who won the case. But the most important part is the opinion, which then goes on to affect similar cases on the lower courts. The opinion is also known as a legal basis, and whenever most of the justices agree on the legal basis, then it is called the majority opinion. However, sometimes there is no majority, and in that case, it becomes the plurality opinion, which presents the view held by most of the justices who vote on the winning side. Then there is the concurring opinion, which is a separate view written by a justice who agrees with the legal basis, but has a different viewpoint on it or wants to expand on it. And then on the other side of that, there is a dissenting opinion, which is a justice who disagrees and wants to write their own opinion on it. The last one is a per curiam, which is an unsigned decision written for the entire court. And if a justice disagrees with it, then they would write a dissent opinion. If the Chief Justice is present, then they will pick which justice writes the majority opinion. And if they are not present, then the senior justice will go and decide who gets to write the majority opinion, and whoever does write the majority opinion has to go into extreme detail and depict exactly what all of the justices were saying to make sure that everything is out in the open and it is written precisely for the case. But the vote on a case is not considered final until the opinion is written, so there's a lot of back and forth that can be going on in between the writing stages of the opinion. It is rare, but in one instance, the court's decision was changed due to the opinion that was being written at the time. In 1992, with Lee versus Wiseman, the decision was then changed because of how the opinion was being written at the time.